Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And this video I've got two replays for you in the tier 10 American premium tank, the T95E6. So yeah, this has to be one of my favourite mediums, hands down. I just absolutely love it. I think it's really well balanced overall. If you want to see the equipment and the perks that I run on this tank, then you'll see this pop up on the right hand screen. I do run sort of vert stabs on this tank just because I do find American guns to be a little bit trollish on the accuracy at times, so I just sort of carry the vert stabs just to try and help improve that. You could swap it out for optics if you wanted to. I do run vents as well, just again just to sort of improve accuracy slightly, and also to improve the reload. I mean, the reload is phenomenal anyway. This has sort of like a multitude of buffs, particularly to the reload time and the sort of accuracy of the tank. So this thing, you know, it's not too bad. Well, I mean, the DPM now is it's ridiculous. You could say the buffs that it had didn't really warrant needing a buff because it was already pretty, it was already decent as it was, but yeah, with those buffs, the tanks it is now is just phenomenal. So yeah, for me, I don't know what it is. I just find this tank just easy to play. It really sort of suits my kind of play style. I mean, I'm sort of a big fan of mediums anyway, but for some reason this thing just, I don't know what it is. I just find it has a good balance overall. Obviously the great DPM. It's not, its armor's weird. It's like it's not really got any armor, but I mean the turret can bounce a few things. But you can see that cupola is absolutely huge. Again, looks like it's wearing a hat. That is a massive weak spot for this tank. If you ever come up against one of these, just wait and just get the cupola shot, and you'll pen it all day long. You don't need premium rounds for it. You'll just pen it with standard quite easily. Probably even tier 8s will be able to pen it. So so yeah, that is obviously a negating factor with this tank, is that weak spot. But other than that, it doesn't really have any flaws, just other than the armor. I mean, and yeah, it's just like I say. The DPM is just ridiculously good. Like I say, the gun can be a bit trolly sometimes, but I find that's just an American thing anyway. Some days the gun will be sort of laser accurate, other games it will just, point blank range, the shot will just derp. It's very, you can't really be a pinpoint sniper with it because the gun can be a little bit trolly at times, but other than that, it's good. And like I say, the reload time is sort of next to nothing anyway. You can see 5.4 seconds there, which for a tier 10 tank, putting out sort of just over 300 alpha, that is pretty incredible, to be fair. So yeah, even if you do miss a shot, you're not waiting too long before you're getting the next one out. It's just shot after shot. So yeah, that's the tank for me, and like I say, it's just it is one of my favourites, and yeah, I prefer it over pretty much any of the other American mediums, if I'm honest. All the American mediums are good, but this one for me is just, like I say, my favourite. So anyway, enough of me sort of waffling on about the tank itself. We are on counters for our first replay here, and yeah, I've just sort of come to the middle. Basically, I sort of initially went to the usual spot just in C6, which I go over there because obviously you can catch people on the cross, which is what I've done. I've got quite a few shots into tanks that were crossing there. You can also see, with the brilliant view range that this tank has, being American tanks will always have really good view range. You can also sort of get spots up on the hill, and obviously tanks crossing, tanks on the hill. There's always, there's so many opportunities where you can get shots off and light tanks up. So yeah, so that was the initial play, was just sort of going to there, and then I just I've just focused on the middle area. For me, counter sort of playing the middle area of the map sort of gives you ample you've got plenty of opportunities to get shots off at various different angles, and it doesn't. If you're in the middle, you can sort of react fairly quickly to whatever side the enemy tanks are going to go down. And you can see here we've just done it's been a pretty quick clean up, to be fair. This game has just sort of ran away from us. But the good thing with the E6 is the mobility means I'm always going to be in the fight. I'm always, I've got that mobility to move around wherever and get those shots off. And I think that's again just one of the things that some of the things that I just really love about this tank, just being able to get around the board, not have to sort of troll through and find the damage. So yeah, the first game, that was pretty swift, and we come top of the board with 5.2k damage, just over 1600 assist, only picking up the second class there. Just got 2 kills as well. I think a few more kills probably would have put that up to a first class, but a respectable game to start off with. And yeah, so what we'll do is we'll head on to the second replay now. And here we are on Alamein, and we are platooned up with Kingpin. If I remember rightly, I'm not actually sure what Kingpin was playing, but yeah, we followed up with him, and we are, he's playing the Ruthless. So yeah, Kingpin's in the Ruthless. I've gone for the E6, and yeah, we're here. I think my initial play was obviously just sort of go down to this right hand side and poke up and see what shots I can get across on sort of the other ridge. So yeah, that's Alamain's sort of not, in all fairness, it's not a bad map for me. Probably one of my more sort of favourable maps, if I'm honest. Again, it's sort of quite an open map. I think if you're playing a heavy tank, yeah, probably not the best. Well, a super heavy, should I say. Most other heavy tanks can probably cope with this map. So yeah, not overly bad. But yeah, we've come up to this position on the right here, and we've spotted this tier 8 on the other side. Or I think someone else has spotted him, but he's popped up. We are getting lit there. Again, I should probably add this tank. Its concealment factor isn't that great. Not like other mediums, compared with, say, the Leopard. It's not in that same sort of wavelength. Concealment isn't. It's average, basically. So yeah, you're gonna get spotted up, especially on Alamein here, where there's sort of other, TD's gonna be sitting at the back there. They can outspot me quite easily. We've got Kingpin up here. He's providing some support for us. We get a nice shot into that medium tank, that Motherland that is poked there. Trying to see if we can get another shot in. We get a shot through his turret quite easily there. Not a problem. And yeah, that's just with the standard rounds. This thing does carry heat rounds, so yeah, we've got a couple of those in the a couple of those to sort to if we need to, but sort of okay with the standard rounds at the moment. Usually keep the heat for sort of your super heavies and things like that, E100s. Probably could actually drop those heat rounds a little bit more. And that's the other thing as well, maybe I should say, just sort of finding other limitations as we go along. The shell count, it's borderline. It is borderline. I mean, I imagine there are players out there that probably run out of ammo on this quite consistently. If they're the sort of fantastic players out there, probably going to go through their shells quite quickly. So yeah, that's one other thing with this tank is you will get through the shells quite quickly. I don't think I've ever run out of shells with this, but I have had games where I've not had that many left. I've sort of ended up going into the heat rounds, which isn't a problem. It's just until you sort of shoot stuff side on. at range, that can be a bit of an issue because you end up sort of, you know, heat rounds get absorbed into the track. So yeah, so we got a shot into the light tank there, and then the Alamein decides he's going to have a go and quickly realises why it's not a good idea to shoot an E6 when he's got his main running a Ruthless. Kingpin makes light work of that Alamein, and that actually does me a favour because that takes out that angle that Alamein was at. Now I'm poking up at this grill here, and I'm not really sure why this grill is not backing up. So it says to me this guy is AFK. So we're going to get shots in. I've swatched the HE rounds here because I think, yeah, I'm going to pen that grill, not a problem with the HE rounds. Gun says no. And this is what I'm talking about with American accuracy. And you can see I'm just sort of sitting there, aimed in, no, shell just goes straight over. That's with the HE round. I think I've gone back to the AP, same again, just derps. And this is really frustrating because I could have, you know, I could have finished this tank off by now. But yeah, for some reason my gun just says no. Maybe I could have just sort of let the gun aim in a little bit more. I don't know. I didn't want to sort of over peak too much because I am getting targeted. So I didn't want to take a shot off any other TDs that were hiding at the back there. So I don't know, maybe I could have just sort of been a bit braver and stuck up. I think it probably was just this light tank that was targeting me anyway, but is it worth it? No, not in my boat. I don't think it's worth just sort of keeping the tank still to, you know, get my shots off on the grill, because like I said, that weak spot, that cupola is just hanging there, and if there are TDs at the back, it would have been it would have been a sad day indeed. But so yeah, but we get rid of the grill, we get a shot into the King Dragon there, which Kingpin then finishes off. We're up to 4.1k damage here, and we blocked 2.1k, weirdly enough. Like I say, this tank can, you know, its upper hull, upper plate should I say, and turret, you can get some lucky bounces. Try getting a shot off on the move there on this Murat. We decided to stop, and yeah, not really sure why we done that, because then we just take a shot for absolutely nothing. We get a snapshot into that Strutz farm there, and we actually track him in place. And now we're just going to sort of take our time. I don't know why we got the heat shells loaded here, not sure. We get a nice blind shot into that Strutz farm, picking up a little bit more damage. And now we're going to move on to this T28. Tried, yeah, that. At the end of the day, I can't complain of that shot because that was on the move. I was just trying to see if I could just sort of pinch that kill, you know, while sort of pushing the advance. Now I know the Strutz farm's out in the open. That was just a poorly aimed shot. Again, should have took my time. Probably could have got that kill as well if I just actually aimed and not been a muppet. But yeah, but Kingpin finished him out. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to sort of push straight out into the open, because I knew that Strutz farm was there, and I didn't want to sort of, you know, we all know how good the Strutz farm's camo is, and that guy was just going to outspot me all day long. So I didn't want to run that risk. But yeah, I was a little bit frustrated with that shot because, let's say, if I just sort of maybe just took time, poked up a little bit further, could have got that shot off, could have got the kill. That was just me rushing. I think I was complaining at this point to Kingpin that the game was running away, and I felt like I hadn't actually done that much. I mean, actually, yeah, hadn't, you know, not really had too bad a game at this point. So yeah, but you know, we continue, and I'm trying to sort of just squeeze as much damage out of this game as possible. Get a nice shot into the tier 8 heavy tank there. Got the heat shells loaded, so you're not going to struggle with that guy at all. We've taken him out. Trying to see if we can get a shot into that ST2 there, but he gets taken out just before I get the shot off. And now we've got his platoon. There's this mouse here, and we're going to get a shot into that guy. So yeah, we trying to get a shot into this mouse here, and we do, picking up our third kill of the game. Can we squeeze a shot in here? And we can't. The charioteer picks up that last kill there. But we had an absolutely ridiculous game there. Really good game to end the replay on. And yeah, we come top of the board there. We've got 6.4k damage with 3 kills. I think we picked up a little bit of assistance in the process as well. which we did. We got just over 1700 assists there, and blocked 2.1k as well. So like I say, can block a little bit. Picking up the Brothers in Arms as well, and the high caliber medal, and yeah, and credit to Kingpin as well for backing us up with his Ruthless there. He got some nice shots off and had a decent game himself. So there we are, guys. That is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did. Really does help the channel. And I'll catch you next time.